and just decided that I'm going with something different. That'll be for another video. But this is the Columbia River knife and tool. This is their first strike model. And just don't use this particular one anymore and decided to throw it in here. The only thing I don't really like about it being in this bag is it's got this really sharp tail on it, and I don't know, it just seems like it's going to poke through the bag or something like that eventually. It's a really small trowel. Picked it up at a garden store or something like that, I believe. Just folds open. Got to make sure to pinch the ends down fairly firmly, and then you've got a little trowel. Little tiny Stanley screwdriver set here as well. Much smaller bits on this one. Each end is ever so slightly different size, so if you needed a bolt remover or something like that, you've got that as well when they come out. Definitely wouldn't be very strong. You couldn't remove something too firm. And then it's got both Phillips and flathead on each side. Just different sizes there. This is my old Gerber pocket tool. I think I've had this one for more than 10 years. Opens up like so. Basic blades that all the others have. The one thing I don't like about this particular Gerber is the blades are all single-edged as far as sharpening. I've never been a big fan of the single-edge sharpen. Next I've got a hank of rope here. This one's maybe 25 feet, and this one I believe is a 9mm in diameter. And this one's a static rope anyways, so it's pretty firm. Go to this pocket here, which is up top in the pack. And here is where I keep my Fenix headband with a couple more extra batteries. And this is the part that goes on the top of the headband if you decide to use that as well. Most of the time I don't, so I just haven't ever attached it. Pair of AOSafety Ear Plugs. And this is a Fenix, the TK12 flashlight. I decided to put this one in there in case I needed some longer range than the Cork 123 offers. Plus it's always nice just to have a backup dedicated flashlight. In here as well, this is a cigarette lighter and USB cord. I chose to go with this particular one just so you have different types of charging ability. This is just a cigarette lighter thing, and it has the USB end, so you can plug the USB cord in there. You can actually plug more than one in there, so if someone else had a phone and a USB cord, you could actually help them charge their phone as well. Other than that, it's just a USB plus USB micro. These are going to be pretty handy, I feel. It's the knot bag. Using them for latrine bags or whatever else you may need. It's just basically one big long continuous bag. You tie a knot in it and just form other bags. And I've got quite a few different light sticks here. Got a couple yellow and 3 greens. Just picked them up on sale, I believe at Fred Meyer when I was there. And a lot of these have been in my bags for a long time, and notice they have an expire date here of December of 2008. So they're quite expired. I feel that they're going to work just fine though if you need, but they're just an old item that's been there for a long time. The next bag here, this is a mountain hardware bag. I believe this is with one of my tents that I had, and I believe that there was tent stakes and supplies in there, but I've decided to use it as a food bag in this kit. So I've got a couple of the Light My Fire spork and spoon set, and then inside there I've got also steel wool, as well as this is the wet fire pieces. Got to be really careful with these. I had one break open and didn't know it. Came back to the bag many months later, and with the little tiny pinhole in it, the actual little wet fire piece, it just kind of dissolves away over time. Threw in a couple packs of gum, you know, for helping out with thirst quenching. We've got some potable water pieces. There's two actual of the iodine pieces, and there's one in here which is the PA+, which helps neutralize the water so it doesn't have the funny taste to it. And then we have one of the blast match style units, as well as another pack of matches. The other items inside here are just a few more Mountain House meals. These are the single serving versus the double serving size, and there's 3 of them in there. Another small piece of rope for unknown situations. Threw in some zip ties. There's so many times where I've been out backpacking where I've wished I've had these, so I just started carrying them. They're really easy to use and just nice to have a lot of them. There's 100 of them in here. Decided to go with the really bright colors, just in case they'd stand out. Next item is in the bag here is the cookware set that I chose to go with. This is an older Brunton set. Over time, it's taken a little bit of wear. Brunton is the manufacturer for this one, and these are, I don't believe they're titanium. I'm pretty sure that they're aluminum. A couple Bic lighters in there, as well as these little tiny Coleman towels. They unfold, and they're pretty good size, maybe 18 inches by 12 inches when they're exposed and open. But I threw a couple of those in there. They're just really nice to have. You can rinse them out and use them again, but they're nice to use for cleaning out your pot and stuff if you need to. In here I've got one ISO propane bottle from MSR. This is the larger one, 8-ounce fuel bottle. The actual mess kit itself is actually 2 pots, so you can use one as a cup and one for actually boiling water. And there's one lid, typically for the one that you're going to be boiling the water with. And then I've got the Brunton Stove. I really haven't used this Brunton Stove a whole lot. Every time I've used it, it works really well. It's really similar to the MSR Pocket Rocket as far as that goes. It's a little bit more compact, but I've also found it's a little bit less stable. So you're more likely to tip something over with this than the MSR version. But that's basically it. It's a really, really compact stove. Each of the units unfolds. It does have its own dedicated piezo switch, which a lot of these smaller stoves don't have them, or you have to purchase extra. In this next pocket, for this backpack, since it was a skiing backpack, this is normally where you would keep your shovel, and it would have a pocket here for keeping the shovel handle, and a pocket on the other side here for using a probe for locating a victim that may be under an avalanche. In here I've got some really small ties with the little figure 9s on the end. I want to say that's maybe like a 2 or 3 millimeter nylon cord there. And I've got a couple hanks of 550 cord. I tie them up in this little configure. It's really easy. You just pull on them and it all pulls undone. But it's a really quick, easy way to keep 50 feet. Roll of Gorilla Tape. One of the first ones I did in one of these bags, I actually opened the wrapping, but I found that was a really bad idea because the wrapping, actually, the sides of it is quite sticky still. So it's really easy just to keep it inside here and open it when you actually need it. And then from there I've got this, this is galvanized wire. I've read a lot of different places that say that just the plain stainless steel is actually a lot better, but this is what I had lying around and left over, so this is what I threw in there, and that's 100 feet right there. Thanks for watching here, and actually, sorry, I've got a couple more items here. This is a bag that I've thrown a bunch of garbage bags in. These are the bigger lawn and leaf bags. And this is normally where your hydration pouch in this particular bag would go, is underneath there. I've also thrown some Ziploc bags in there. If you had to get out the first aid kit, you need somewhere to put your bio waste, and that's what the main reason I've carried Ziplocs for. And then this is just a large rain poncho. It's actually an extra large, which is considerably larger than me, but I wanted something that was going to really cover me up. And that's it. Thank you very much for watching.